Jazzbo here yet again, and this time I am going to show you how to twist a balloon into a heart shape. So I suggest you use a red one just because it's a heart, but actually it doesn't matter. You can use any color you need, any color at all. But we're going to fill this balloon pretty full, pretty much full. Go ahead and fill it up. See, really not any tail on there at all, but I did let some air out, so it is a little bit soft. It's a little bit soft, and that's what we're going to need. So now for the balloon, for the heart balloon, we're going to take a bubble here and a bubble here. So a bubble on each end. You can see the whole balloon now. Check out that perspective. So we've got our two, excuse me, got our two bubbles at the nose and the tail, and we're just going to put those together, twist them around, and now we're going to twist one of the bubbles down and around, and that'll just really help to hold it together. So there we go. Now we've got our loop with two bubbles on the end. This should look familiar. We kind of were at this point when we made the flower. Remember, we found the middle, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And now we're going to bring our hands together just like we did for the flower, but now we're not going to be twisting the balloon. From this point on, we're only going to be bending it. So we're going to put our hands pretty much together, and now we're going to bend. We're going to bend the balloon up like this. This is a little tricky. This is not easy to do. So there we go. So we just kind of have, we have like a little loop there, just like a loop twist, just like what we were doing before. But when we were doing the loop twist, we were holding it, and we were twisting it, but we're not going to twist it. We're only going to bend it. So now, but right here where I'm holding it, I am going to squeeze this part pretty hard. And this is going to be a really good time to pop a balloon. Believe me, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You might have to pop a few for you to really kind of get the feel for it. But I mean, I am squeezing this thing. I mean, right now, with this one hand, I'm squeezing it just about as hard as I can squeeze it. And then I'm going to take my other hand, and then I'm going to squeeze it just about as hard as I can squeeze it. I mean, I am literally strangling this balloon right now. Okay, so there we go. So I am holding that loop. That loop's still there. I mean, I'm just holding it, and it's kind of pressing a lot of that pressure up into the other parts of the balloon. I mean, I am really squeezing that pretty hard. So, you know, and if you hold that for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, you're really going to convince the balloon to bend. Let me just kind of show you from this angle too, kind of. You know, so you're just squeezing it. I mean, really get in there. I mean, don't get your nails in there. That's bad news. But make sure you're squeezing the loop. That loop really good. Now, and we actually kind of have a loop. We have two more loops too. We kind of have a loop going right here and a loop going on the other side. And I'm also going to kind of give those a squeeze. Give those a squeeze. Kind of hold those for a few seconds. There we go. Hold those for a little bit. I think just the warmth of your hands and the pressure exerted by your hands really just convinces that balloon to bend in some really unnatural ways. But they're really pretty cool. So this is about what it might look like. And it's kind of raw right now. This is kind of a raw heart shape. So now we can kind of take this corner. I'm going to grab, you kind of see it. I'm going to grab it right here. And I'm just going to kind of roll it. I don't know how else to describe that. I just kind of roll it right there. And it kind of softens that corner just a little bit. I'm going to see how sharp that is compared to that one. There we go. So I'm just going to roll that back and forth a little bit. You might have to play with it. You might have to play with it just a little bit. Soften those corners. Soften those corners a little bit. You might even have to give the loop down here another big squeeze. Hold it. Use your muscles. Ah, good. All right, hold it. Hold it. Hold. There we go. We got a heart going right there. I think that's a pretty good heart. Might be a little sharp in some of the corners, and I might kind of do a, you know, sometimes these hearts are real stubborn because again, we're just convincing it to do this. We're not really. We have to coerce the balloon into bending, and we have to bend it to our will.